I'm trying to give the guy from TikTok vibes, you know, on the skateboard. Ooh, this is so cringe. Hello everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video. That feels really weird to say. Literally sat here like talking to myself in my room. It feels so strange, but anyway, it's been a long time coming, but makeup isn't like my full-time job. I'm a carer full-time, so this is just my hobby. But I've been doing makeup for like 3-4 years on myself. I have done clients as well and used to work for MORPHE, so I do know a little thing or two. I've had people in the past ask me to do videos and I've just never got around to it, but lockdown 2.0 I guess we're in. What better time to start than now? I already did my brows off camera, which might look a bit weird, but they take me forever to get them where I'm happy with them. I will probably do a brow video on IGTV maybe, but I've recently just changed how I do them, so I don't want to do it until I'm happy with how they look. Sometimes they like go really thick, like today we're having a thick brow day. So we're just gonna go straight into it pretty much. So I'm gonna use today the MORPHE and Madison Beer collection. I've got the brushes there. I don't really like white hair brushes, just letting you all know, because they stain so easily, but that's what we're working with today. So we have the palette as well. There we go. I don't usually use like neutral colours. I got sent this in Glam Fam, so I'm going to do a little review. I have got a Glam Fam code, I'll put it in the description with like all my links to my social media, etc, etc. Do like a neutral glam, bit of a like chatty get ready with me, I guess. I've got some questions that I put, I basically put a question box on my story and asked people to send some questions in, so we'll answer them too as I go along. I'm going to start with the P. Louise base. So I'm going to go ahead with my sponge and just pat it in. Some people use a brush, but either works. I always see on Instagram people use it and it's literally like flawless. And mine, I already have lines and all I've done is open my eye, so I don't know how people do that. Go ahead, I don't know actually what kind of look I want to do. Here are the shades. I do like the packaging, and it's like small for a Morphe palette. They don't usually do like square pans, usually they're circle. But I think we're going to go ahead and start with the black shade, which is called Rabbit Hole. I'm just going to pat that in. I'm just going to run that like sort of up into my crease area. I have hooded eyes, so I do have to take my eyeshadow higher than most people. So I'm going to go with a different brush. We're going to go with this dark brown shade, and I'm just going to blend this like just above where I put the black. I feel like you can see better from this angle. I think it blends okay. Maybe it's just because I've not finished yet. I get that all the time. Like, I'll do a look and I'll start off and I'll be like, where is this going, Sean? And then I'm going to use this fluffy brush from the Madison Beer collection and this brown shade there, and that's just going to go literally above where I put the dark brown. They blend out really nice, to be fair. I'm just not like a neutral kind of girl. Like, I never use browns or anything. Only really like if I do clients, I'd never use neutral colours on myself. And then I think I'm going to use this brush actually, which is the bigger floppy brush, and this shade here, and then that's going to go above where I've just put the lighter brown. I'm going to blend like literally right into my brows. The trick of hooded eyes, literally bring your eyeshadow like as far up as you can. When you open your eyes, you'll still be able to see it. I'm literally just going to repeat like the stages but backwards. You can do the most. Not sure what brush I'm going to put it on with. I'll probably try this little one. So with the shimmers in here, you do have to like rub your brush in a little bit. But I have music on in the background by the way, because I feel like really Queen has just sat talking in silence, so I don't even know if YouTube will tell me off families can have got my background, they probably will. Just kind of put that like all over the lid. You'll be able to see better when I do this eye. I'm kind of at an awkward angle right now, but I'm going to put on the Gatsby pigment from Peaches and Cream. I'm not obsessed with this. It'll show you like in the lid. Oof. I'm going to use my finger just because I already have shimmer on. So this is just going out on the inner third / lid. I'm just going to talk you through the shades really on this side, and then when I do this eye I'll be facing the light so you'll be able to see more what I'm actually doing instead of guessing. And then I'm just going to go back in with like the dark shades that I already used, so the black, browns, etc. Okay, so I've sort of swiveled myself around so this eye will probably be easier to see what I'm doing because I'm facing the light, so hopefully you'll be able to actually see what the eye looks like. I do always do my eyes first. Well, I think it's just because of fallout, like I can't be bothered to. Like here, you can see the black's like on my cheek. If I already had foundation on and concealer, etc., it'd be like really hard to get it off without having to take away makeup off. So I tend to just do eyes first, just in case. That's personally what I do. Some people do base first and just put setting powder down, which is fine, but I always like to just see what like eye look I want to do first and then do my base after. I'm just going to go ahead with the same, got P. Louise base on my sponge, which is like falling apart. I cannot let this sponge go though, it's like my favourite. You get it from like the American Amazon, you can't get it on like the UK version. But Thomas Halbert, actually, the YouTuber, he mentioned this in one of his videos. That's like where I got it from. But it is like honestly the best sponge ever. It's falling to bits, so I need to try and get a new one. Okay, so I'm just going to go with the same shade, so black. Oh, somebody left a mess. I just hate mess. You wouldn't agree with that if you saw my makeup room. My makeup room is an absolute tip. But I just can't help it. I always use like 50 different products and then it just ends up a mess. So just put the black down. It's kind of worked better on this side than this side, which is annoying. So we might end up with an uneven makeup look, but we will see. Hopefully it pulls together in the end. So I'm gonna some other questions that I got on Instagram on my story while I do this eye and while I'm doing my base and things. First one, is it worth buying? Well, for me, no, because I don't use colours like this ever. I literally, all my palettes that I have are like the colourful ones. I'd never reach for like browns on myself personally. But if you are like into neutrals, or if you do like freelance clients, it'll be quite good for that. Like the browns are kind of universal, you can use that on most skin tones. For that purpose, or if you just like using browns and neutral shades on yourself, then definitely. For me, I wouldn't personally go out of my way and buy this just because I don't use colours like this. What got you into makeup? I don't really know. I started wearing makeup when I was like 13, 14 at school. By makeup it was like Dream Matte Moves and like those little bourgeois eyeshadows that you used to get in like the little pot. So I don't know if you can class that as makeup per se. I would be like one of those girls in class that always got told off for like putting their makeup on during lesson. So I guess from that age, I don't really know what got me into it. I think at that age when I was at school it was just like what all the other girls were doing, so we all kind of wore makeup. But in terms of like as a hobby and like Instagram things, I don't know, I just kind of like started practicing more. I did like stop doing makeup for a while, and then I just like really enjoy like creating. I'm not good at art like drawing or anything like that, but I've always loved like makeup, so that was my art form. But yeah, I don't really know, there wasn't anything specific that got me into makeup. I'm finding it so hard to talk and do this at the same time. How do people do this? Next question. I want to see more Halloween looks on your channel, definitely. Next year hopefully I'll be not as awkward on YouTube and have better lighting / camera equipment and all that. I'll definitely do some Halloween looks. I've really enjoyed doing Halloween this year for Instagram, so yeah, definitely I'll be recording some tutorials next Halloween. But I've done all my Halloween content for this year already. So then just pop in that pigment again on the inner part of my lid and my inner corner. Next question, where are you from? I'm from Derby, which is in the East Midlands in the UK. No one ever knows where it is. It's basically next to Nottingham is the easiest way to explain it. It's quite small, which is another reason that I didn't start my channel for ages, just because it's like, when you live somewhere small, you don't want people to be like talking about you in a bad way. I had a lot of bullying at school, so, and I still live like in the same area with the same people, so it's kind of like you don't want to give them more fuel for the fire, you know what I mean? So it was another reason that I didn't do like videos or anything for ages, just because I was like really scared of what people were going to say. But kind of can't put your life on hold for people like that, because you'll just never get anything done. So we've decided to just ignore that little voice in my brain telling me this is a bad idea and do it anyway. But I used to work, when I worked at MORPHE, I actually worked in the Birmingham store, which is like 45 minutes to an hour away from Derby. So another question was, when did I realise I'd found my love for makeup? I don't know, it was just like the more I practiced and like started putting pictures online, like the better I got. Obviously with more practice you're gonna get better at like most things, but I just love like putting different colours together and just like creating looks out of nowhere, or like recreating. I'm a big like fan of like recreating looks that I see on Instagram. I don't ever tend to do them as well, but practice makes perfect. So I'm hoping one day that I'll actually do a look that someone else has done and like be happy with it. I never am. Like I'll see someone else has done a look and I'm like, oh, I want to try that, and then I never do it as well and I just hate it. But practice makes perfect, so it's all good. At what age did I get into makeup? Kind of answered that like 13, 14, but I would say properly around like 21, 22. I started to like take it more seriously, put my looks on Instagram and things like that. I've been at this for a minute and doing clients and stuff. I only started doing clients like a year ago, basically when I started working at MORPHE, or just before. I will probably do a video about working at MORPHE actually, because I can spill some tea. There's not really much tea, but it would be cool to do a video on that. One day I'll tell you what it's like to be a MORPHE beauty artist and give you the true tea, because I don't work there anymore thanks to coronavirus. I'm going to do my foundation now in the e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation. It's a really good like full coverage foundation. I'm going to put this on with the sponge. So I do have like really oily skin. I will put a certain powder on underneath my foundation and then my foundation, and it just like makes the world of difference, makes it like so much more like matte, especially if your oily matte skin is what you want. Sorry, I've changed where the camera is because I feel like you can't really see anything before. You can see me better. Using the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. This is like really light, so I don't actually put a lot on. And then I think we're going to do a cream contour today with Makeup Revolution concealer. It's really good for cream contour, so I'm probably going to use that. I don't tend to put too much on my forehead. Like, I've hardly got any foundation on there either, just because I don't really need to cover my forehead that much. I don't really get spots there anymore. I used to when I was in school. I had like really bad acne on my forehead, and then I stopped wearing makeup for a while and it cleared up. I've been quite lucky with my skin. I've really had like bad acne other than on my forehead when I was younger, but it just cleared away on its own. So I'm sorry for anyone who's looking for any skincare tips. I've been quite lucky. I do think a lot of it is genetics though. Like my mum has good skin, that she doesn't really get spots, neither does my dad, so maybe it's down to that. I literally just use this sponge for everything, by the way. So I blend out the bottom bit of my concealer with the bottom bit of my sponge so that it kind of like matches the foundation colour. Got the Fenty Beauty setting powder. It's a bit dirty because I use this all the time. Using the Barry Bold Waterproof Eyeliner, really black, and it like doesn't move. I have like really watery eyes, so this is like the only thing I found that stays. So the next question that I got: pet peeves, favourite songs and movies, what gives me the ick and what restores my faith in humans. Pet peeves: ignorance and like arrogance. Like, I hate being ignored. Oh, and like having to repeat myself. I really hate that, because I feel like if I have to repeat myself, you weren't listening. So that really annoys me. Favourite songs and movies. Favourite songs changes all the time, which you have so many. So that's really hard to answer because it changes like day to day. I've been listening to a lot of Ashnikko and who else have I been listening to? Oh, the Burlesque soundtrack. So my music taste is a little bit varied. It's literally like I just listen to anything. But I listen to Paramore, I listen to literally anything. Favourite movie? Forrest Gump's like my all-time favourite movie, or Grease, I would say. They're just like classics. So I love those two. I also like Hot Fuzz as well. I literally say that word for word. Like, if no one's seen Hot Fuzz, you really need to. I literally quote the whole thing. My mum gets so annoyed at me. What gives me the ick? Literally the same as what is my pet peeve, probably, like being ignored. I just don't have time. But if you're not interested, just say, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're grown. We can handle it. We can handle rejection. So being ignored, like being ghosted, and like people being really arrogant and cocky gives me the ick too. Restores my faith. At the moment, like with this whole lockdown, like coronavirus thing, seeing how people have like come together, like especially with the Marcus Rashford stuff going on right now, and like all the companies getting involved because our shit government are just selfish. So that kind of stuff like really restores my faith in humanity. Like, maybe we're not a last course. But yeah, stuff like that, especially at the moment when everyone's like struggling. Seeing people come together is really cute. Am I a dog or cat person? My star sign, and do I think I match that? I am a dog person. I don't really like cats just because they don't do anything. They kind of like just do their own thing, which I find kind of boring. Like, if I want a pet, I want to be able to like do stuff with it, you know. But like, I don't know. I don't mind cats. I've just never had one. I have a dog. I have a German Shepherd dog, and she's my little baby. So I would say that I'm definitely a dog person. I love dogs. And my star sign, I'm a Gemini. I'm a Gemini sun, Aquarius moon, and a Libra rising. So I'm like a triple air sign, which is just a mess. I do think I do have a lot of like Gemini tendencies. Very like, I wouldn't say split personality, but it depends how you are around me. So like, if we're cool, I'll be like my normal self. But if there's a reason for me to not be hanging around with you, then you'll know. I kind of just don't. And like, if I fall out with someone, I'll like literally just never speak to them again, which is, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, really. Just, I feel like if we've fallen out, it's for a good enough reason, you know, because I'm like very loyal to my friends. Like, I don't fall out with my friends very easily. It would have to be something that's like really pissed me off. Oh, sorry for swearing. I just don't really give like second chances that easily, which isn't always good. I feel like sometimes people deserve second chances, but again, like I say, it depends what you've done. But yeah. Fave places to visit. Are you a city or beach trip kind of person? And a wild colour I would dye my hair. So my favourite places to visit, it's kind of hard. I kind of like going everywhere. I have a weird thing about like service stations though. It's so bizarre, but like if I could, I would literally just do a road trip and like just go to like all the different service stations in the UK. I'm just obsessed with like seeing what the it sounds so weird. The more I'm speaking about it, I'm like, what the hell are you, weirdo? But like just seeing what different like shops are there and stuff. Is that weird? I don't know. Maybe it is weird. Yeah, service stations, I guess, are my favourite place to visit. Oh, I'm using a Morphe. It's not Morphe. It's a Biley brush. I don't know where I got this from. But you can get a Morphe brush that's like this, like a stippled brush. And this is just for my cream contour, but I'm using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define concealer, just in like a darker shade. I feel like this is like the only time cream contour looks nice, is when I do it with this. I do have the Morphe Effect stick, which I did use for a bit too, but this is my favourite at the moment. Am I a city or beach trip kind of person? Definitely city. I feel like there's not much to do at the beach other than just sit there and get some tan. But like in a city you can like go and do stuff or like go out to eat or whatever. So definitely more of a city trip person, especially in the UK. Like there's not many nice beaches here really. But the nearest one to me is like Skegness, so but on holiday, like if I was going abroad, I definitely prefer beachy places. Like my favourite holiday was when me and my dad went to Jamaica with his side of the family. That's like my favourite holiday ever. It was just gorgeous there. So depends if it's abroad, beach, but if it's in England then sea, definitely. Wild colours I'll dye my hair. I have had some wild hair colours. These two blonde bits used to be like pink, blue and purple at one point, and I've kind of had like every hair colour. I haven't had like colour all over my hair, but I've had like ginger unintentionally. I think I was trying to get blonde, but it didn't look that bad. I've been blonde, like platinum blonde, like white blonde, near enough. Brown, black, red, purple, everything. But I don't care about like hair colours. I love having coloured hair. This is like the most normal my hair's been for ages, and it's already boring me. I don't like just looking like everybody else. Not in a bad way, just personally. Top 3 goals in life, top 3 creators or MUAs that inspire me. Do I have a favourite life quote? I would love to work in makeup full time. Like I say, this isn't like my full-time job, it's just a hobby basically. But I would love, like, my nose is running, I would love to be able to do like makeup full-time, like, and that'd be my actual job. Hopefully one day I'll be able to just do this full-time and I won't be as awkward on camera. Fingers crossed, maybe next time you'll get a bit more personality out of me. I think it's just because it's like my first video. Maybe everyone's like this on their first video, or maybe I'm just odd, who knows. But yeah, definitely would like to be in makeup full time. I don't really know about other life goals, just to be like healthy, I guess. Like I don't really have other like goals. Oh, this is the Doll Beauty Give Me Sun bronzer, by the way, the dark one. Yeah, other than that, just be like happy and healthy. I don't really know about like kids or anything. I mean, I'm 26, so I'm still young, but it has crossed my mind a few times maybe to be a mom one day, but we'll see what the future holds. Working in makeup full time is pretty much my only life goal. Top 3 creators or MUAs who inspire me. I really love like Gabrielle X, I think it is. She does like really insane, like really out there looks. Like her Storm one that she did the other day is like so good. But she's like, yeah, her looks are insane. My friend Echo, I'll give you a little shout out, girl. I've known Echo for a while. Like we just got talking in a group chat on Instagram somehow. I keep forgetting to tell you what I've used, sorry. This is the Doll Beauty highlight duo, which is the Shine Bright and Like a Diamond, but I put them both together and just like double layer. Yeah, Echo, my girl, we actually got to meet when we both worked at MORPHE. She still works there, but I obviously got made redundant, which I'm so sad about. I miss that job so much. But we had training together in London and it was really cool that we got to meet each other, but we knew each other before then. So yeah, Echo definitely, she's done so well. Like I was so proud of her when she hit like 30k. Like I remember when she had like 5k, and she's just grown, and like her work is like insane, so I'm really proud of her. So little shout out to you, darling. And for blush, I have the ABH blush trio. This is the Peachy Love one. This is the one I use the most. I always just prefer like orange toned blushes, don't really use like pink ones. Did get sent this in PR, not on the PR list anymore. They did take quite a few people off. I didn't do anything wrong. Don't come for me. But I think they just had like a little bit of a clear out of people. There was quite a lot of people that got taken off for whatever reason. There was like a bit of a Twitter drama about them not paying someone for content, so don't know if they're cancelled. If they are, I apologise for using them in this video. Favourite life quote. I do have a tattoo on my finger there, a little arrow, and the quote for that is basically that life is like an arrow and that you have to go back to go forward. So you have to go through shit times to get to good times. So I'd say that's my favourite. I got it tattooed, so I would hope that would be my favourite because I have it on my skin permanently. What inspired me to get into makeup? Kind of, yeah, again, like nothing particularly inspired me to like get into makeup. It kind of just happened, and the more I practiced, the more I enjoyed it. So nothing like particularly got me into it, I would say. Do I recommend this collection or the Morphe X Jeffree? Ooh, it's a bit controversial, girl. I would say if you don't, this is hard to answer because there's not really anyone using Jeffree stuff anymore for good reason. I don't agree with like some of the things that have, well, basically all of the things that have been brought out about him. I do have some of his products from before, so there are times where I will still use his products, but that's purely because it costs a lot of money. I'm not rich, so I do like still use some of the palettes and things that I have from him. I would recommend this one on that basis, like just because Madison that I know of isn't problematic. The Morphe Jeffree one doesn't, it's not really nude, it's kind of like pinks and greens, so kind of depends what more colours you use, but there are a lot of other brands out there that do the same colours as in his palette with Morphe, and I don't think they even sell it anymore. If they do, it's like on sale. It's like on sale, I think, the last I checked, because obviously they don't work with him anymore. I'm gonna recommend anything Jeffree Star. My last question is my base routine. Well, you've just seen it. The only difference that I've done today is not put setting powder on first, which sometimes I will do. Yeah, I'm oily, so I do have like matte full coverage foundations. They tend to be the best for me. I do have a few dewy ones, but like again, it's mainly for looks, not for like going out, because they won't last. I'm gonna use the Morphe Love Bite pencil to overline my lips. I do have filler, you can probably tell there. I feel like with filler, like you can tell when people have had it, which isn't a bad thing. I can't talk and do this, so be right back. I've got the Doll Beauty lipstick. This is in the shade C'est La Vie. I don't know if you can see that. I always wear nude lips, always. Yeah, literally the only time I wear like a coloured lip is if it's literally for like a Halloween look or something. I just don't know, I just don't think they suit me, like my skin tone. I just always stick with nude, just because you can't really go wrong with a nude lip. Sometimes I feel like it gets a bit boring, but I just can't bring myself to try anything different. And nude lips just look good with anything. Like if you do a neutral look or a coloured look, like a nude lips just like, it just looks so much better. And then we're going to top this off with the Madison Beer Gloss. This is in the shade Venus. I don't know if this is like the only one that was in the collection. This is just what I got sent. So I used to be like a matte lip girl, like I would never wear gloss, but I can't just wear like a matte lip anymore. Like I remember when I got on ABHPR and I've got like near enough every shade of their liquid lips, I don't remember them being as dry as they are now. They're literally so drying. I just can't, like, I can't wear them on their own. I always put a gloss on top now. It just looks so much nicer. I'm just gonna like basically tidy up my eye underneath. It's kind of looking like not as blended as I want it to be. So I'm literally just gonna go and add my lashes. I'm not gonna do it on camera because everyone knows how to put lashes on. With the Doll Beauty Ariana lashes today. Yeah, I'm just gonna put my lashes on and then be right back. Okay, so this is the finished look. I'm just fixing my lashes because I've not waited for the glue to dry because I'm impatient. But I don't know, I'm not mad. Like I said, I don't really wear neutral colours, so this isn't something that I would normally do. But for the purpose of reviewing the palette, we've gone neutral today. Apologies for all the lighting and angle changes. Obviously this is my first video, so I'm trying to get used to like where I want to film and like what angle I want to do it. I don't know whether it's best to do it actually like just with the ring light because it looks a lot better on camera. like with the ring light rather than in daylight. So I probably will do my next video like just in front of the ring light from this angle, because it looks a lot better than how I had it before. So apologies, but we'll get there. Life's a struggle. Everyone's got to start somewhere, okay? Don't judge me for my lack of knowledge for YouTube, okay? But yeah, in terms of the palette, like, recommendations, I don't know whether I would buy it personally. Like, again, I'm not a neutral girl, so for me there's no point in me buying something that's neutral colours, because I wouldn't use it. I do have quite a few neutral palettes, but I like literally never touch them. Like, the only palette that I ever use is like the Be Perfect Stacey Marie Love Tahiti palette. I literally use that to death, or the Carnival XL Pro. So for me personally, no. But if you are a neutral kind of person and you wear a lot of browns and nudes, then definitely it is kind of nice. The black is like the only one that is like, because when it blends out it kind of just goes grey, it doesn't stay black. So that's the only shade that I had a problem with. But the shimmers are really nice. This obviously has a pigment on top, so you can see on camera like it's really shimmery, but it does have a pigment on top. Not a lot, so there is a lot of the shimmer underneath, but just take that with a pinch of salt. But they're more like a pressed glitter than a shimmer, so you just have to kind of build it up and you'll get the finish that you want. The brushes are really nice though. The brushes blend out really good. I do love Morphe brushes. Obviously I did used to work there, so I got them and used them on clients. That when I had my brush belt, we got a brush belt full of like Morphe brushes, so I have used them for a while and they are really good, and they're not expensive like at all for the quality. So yeah, and these brushes are really cool. I like the grey that goes with the palette, the packaging. Yeah, overall I would say yes, if you're into neutrals or you do like freelance clients or like work in a salon, this palette would be really good. It would be good for bridal, I would say, as well. Like the shades in there you could use for bridal, definitely. So overall, thumbs up. Well done, Morphe and Madison Beer. So that is everything for my first video. I started off so awkward. I just know that I'm gonna hate this when I edit it, but like we say, we're gonna start somewhere. So hopefully the next one I'll be a little bit more comfortable. It's just so weird like talking to yourself in a room. But yes, fingers crossed that next time I'll be a little bit more lively, and I don't know what I'm going to do next time. I do have a series in mind that I want to start, but I'm waiting to get like research and stuff together. That's a little clear. So yeah, next time I'm probably just going to do something more me, more like colourful, because this isn't the kind of makeup that I normally do. It does look really nice, but it's just not me. I hate neutrals on me. I don't know why. Thank you all for watching. I'll put the price of the palette, brushes and the lip gloss, oh my god, I've seen myself in the face, in the description, and my social media and my discount code which I have for Morphe is glamfam1262, and I'll put that down there as well. So thank you for watching, and I don't know when I'm going to upload yet. Get Wednesdays and the weekends off, so maybe they'll be my editing days. But yes, we're gonna figure out an upload schedule, and hopefully next time I'll be a little bit more comfortable on camera. This has just been really weird. Like, I've put this off for so long, doing a YouTube and like doing videos and stuff. So yeah, it's just gonna take me a little while to get into it, but we're gonna do it. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.